When a woman is dealing with a 76% man, a 54% man, a 65% man, she has to make up the rest of the deficit. So then it's like, I don't need you. I do it myself. Because clearly that's not the percentage that you came to the table with. So now we got it. First of all, that's not our lane. I'm not a man. I'm a female. That's not my lane. And I can't be man. And I'm never going to be able to be man because that's not how God created me. But when I perceive that there is a deficit in you, I have to overcompensate, fill in, bridge this gap, and now I'm going over into your lane, which makes you disposable.
What's happening, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Romance and Real Estate. By now, y'all catching the flow, you know what I'm saying? So this is where
we help you level up in life, love,
and money.
Yes, honey.
Today, man, we about to talk about a sensitive subject to some.
Is it?
You know, hey, believe it or not, there's a lot of ladies that like categorize themselves as independent ladies.
Yes.
They don't need a man for nothing. They got it. They've been doing it.
Yeah.
So what are you gonna do for me?
Right.
And it's just like, man, you know, it's like that energy they bring it to the table sometimes.
Yeah.
Like I've dated a few and they didn't pre-qualify. you know what I'm saying? They ain't pre-qualified. You know, I like somebody who is self-efficient. But I feel like independent is just kind of like, you ain't looking for this type of real estate. You hear me? You know what I'm saying? You just not looking for this type of real estate.
Right.
Yeah. Your inspection report came back negative.
I love it.
I'm
Big
just saying.
energy. Yes.
I'm just saying.
Exactly.
But, like why, I know you don't know the answer to everything, but why may a woman feel like, they don't need a man. They can just handle everything on their own.
They used to dealing with itty-bitty boys.
When you said that they don't need a man, it's easy to say what you don't need when you've never had.
Did you feel that wind come through here?
So like, do you feel like they've had trauma or something like that?
No, I said what I said. Right. They've been dealing with itty-bitty boys. Man children.
Let's
a man child. I'm not stuttering.
Yeah, see, you good. I call them man boys.
Okay.
Call them man boys. Let's bring in a couple numbers, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. 100%, and I'm just gonna use you.
Okay.
100% man, right?
No doubt.
Oh yeah.
Grade A, all people.
Rick Ross grunt. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. 100% man.
Okay.
When a woman is dealing with a 76% man, a 54% man, a 65% man, she has to make up the rest of the deficit. So then it's like, I don't need you. I do it myself. Because clearly that's not the percentage that you came to the table with. So now we got it. First of all, that's not our lane. I'm not a man. I'm a female. That's not my lane. And I can't be man. And I'm never going to be able to be man because that's not how God created me. But when I perceive that there is a deficit in you, I have to overcompensate, fill in, bridge this gap. And now I'm going over into your lane, which makes you disposable.
Can I take it there?
Yeah, go ahead.
Ladies. The truth of the matter is, sometimes some of the most accomplished women still carry themselves as though they're desperate. And entertain men who have not qualified for them or do not measure up in their eyes. They don't really meet their personal standards. The man doesn't meet their personal standards. But it's better to have a piece of a man than no man. Or so they think. So they're partnered with someone that, quite frankly, if they had to fully depend on him, they'd be ashamed of their level of living.
Yeah.
So I have to have my own. If they also fall into the trap of the poison of potential and try to take that man on as their pet project, and then like build him into something else. And then when he became something else, he realized he could get something else.
Yep.
And then he left you for something else. And then you become bitter and not better.
Ooh. Now, that episode was a few weeks ago.
Yeah, go tap that in.
So, just real quick glimpse at potential.
Yeah.
Or the poison up.
The poison up. Right. So it's a huge mistake to look at another party, it can be man or woman, to look at another party in which you are interested and say, I see potential in them. Yeah, we can get together. I see potential in you. I see potential in you. That's a friendly thing. Like, I'm going to cheer you on. Hoorah. But I see potential in you doesn't mean you're going to be my mate, because I need you to meet me at a certain level. If I'm to be with someone, clearly I'm happily married, but if I'm going to, when I was with my husband and we were dating, the reason that it was going to work for us was because I was satisfied with where he was then.
Yes.
If he never made another dime, I was cool because he was already at the level of income that was going to be sufficient for my lifestyle.
I gotta go home and ask the questions.
You got plenty of questions, right?
I got questions.
Yeah, and this would cause some really authentic and intimate conversation when you get to the thick of it and say, what are your needs as a woman? What really are they? Tell me for real. Don't worry about whether or not I meet them. Just tell me, what are your requirements for real? And have that person, and women ask the man, like, what is that? Well, a question I ask my husband almost once a quarter is, what are the 3 things you need me to do as your wife for you to be happy? Because then I need to crush those. All the other things that I think I need to do, those are still nice to maintain. But what he's telling me his needs are, those need to be done in good order, good fashion. But when you're out here like,
I'm going back with a whole list of quarter 1, quarter 2. I'm kidding. I am so kidding.
I mean, but don't you check your quarterly performance in your business?
Yes.
Yeah, big facts, right? But you're not checking for your relationship?
Shame on you.
I can't say I've done that.
Boom.
Don't do that.
I'm just saying.
I'm just talking.
Where we going? We headed for devastation. He's like, get off me though. Get off me.
Before we press,
no doubt.
She said you ask your partner 9 times out of 10 when you're in a relationship and you ask them what their needs are. And the expectation is for them to be honest with you, even if you don't meet those needs. It's like slim to none, because they committed now. Whether you meet their needs or not, they in it to win it. And they not getting ready to let you go and let all this time and this effort go. So then when we're talking about pre-qualifiers, go check that out. When we're talking about that, that's kind of where you go through the pre-qualifications, because then now I'm in conversation at the beginning. So I want to know what your needs are, and I want to know certain things at the front, because now my feelings ain't going to be hurt. Because if I am it, that's great. And if I'm not, I don't got nothing invested.
So we say upfront and early. Upfront and early is when you have these conversations. So when you have a woman who has amassed her own level of income, she has her own place, whatever, right? These independent women. I fall right into that category, right? And it was important to me for when my husband found me to find me where he wasn't finna take me lower. So I had concierge in my place. Like, I was living right there, okay, in DC, right by Nordstrom. I could throw a rock out of my window and there it was. That was where my husband found me. So he understood, oh, this is how she moved. So, and any other man understood, if I can't match her or take her up, I don't need to touch her, because that's how she moves on her own. But again, that goes to one of the segments of self-love, self-respect. I respected myself enough, and I respected any man enough to know, if I was to be led by a man that was doing significantly less than me, I would resent him in time. Why? Because I worked hard to get to this point. So if I believe in a God of abundance, why would I need to be with somebody who could never, ever buy me what I had for dinner last night? It's not just about money, but it takes money for us to run this household. So when you say these independent women say these independent women did it, right? It's no problem that I was this independent woman, because I wasn't about to be dealing with no itty bitty boys. And when I say that, I mean like on an emotional intelligence type scale. The ones who can't communicate their needs and who are out there just playing and sticking with anybody that's willing to receive it. But when you are with an itty bitty boy, you feel like you got to do stuff. You feel like they're your project. You got to compensate what their deficits are. But when you get in the presence of a man, you lean back. You relax. So that same independent woman, when she respects herself enough to prepare for the man that is her equal, the man from whom she came. Her rib came from him. So that hard work ethic she has, he has the same. That faith she has, he has the same. The one it would not be robbery for her to be led by, she can relax. So with my husband, I am quite different. But don't get it twisted. When we got to talk money, when we got to talk business, he know I can hold my own. We going toe to toe on that. Like, his partner is a teammate, a help meat. So I can hold it. But when I don't have to, baby, I don't. I be sipping shade, like lemonade, like just relaxing.
Shade.
Like, what are we saying? Like, I don't need all that energy. All that extra energy is when you feel like you have to compensate for what this other person is not bringing to the table. So instead of me continuing to have a meal with you, I just let that seat be empty so the man who's supposed to be here can come get it.
And when she says all that extra energy, we're just talking about that struggle that you see in relationships.
Yes.
Like that combative struggle. She won't let me be a man. He won't allow me to. That's not your seed. That's just not your seed. Because everybody has been in a relationship where we've said, I'm not going to do that. I'm just not going to do that. I don't want to do that. But then you get with a certain person and you like, we can do whatever you want.
We can do whatever you want.
Whatever you want.
And she being PG, but I'm going to go R-rated. So like sexually, right? With the type of dude you ain't really sure about. It's like, there's certain things I don't want to do with you. Then we give it out.
What? What do you want? You said my ear?
What
you want
angle?
my ear?
What we doing
you want my
tonight?
Ear?
Where?
Okay.
Okay.
So how does it help my skin again? Let me know.
Listen.
Let me know. I'm not joking.
No,
serious.
How does it help my skin?
How does it help my skin?
Serious.
Does it make it vibrant like vitamin C?
Let's look it up. Do I need to mix it in something? Aloe vera gel. What complements it? Help me.
Yeah. So a lot of that angst, that energy, the perceived aggression, is really just an external manifestation of their internal frustration. That's what I'm trying to say. They're angry internally with this person they've allowed themselves to be with. And so we're going to put the spotlight on all the things I have and all the things I can do. But lean in, folks, because I'm about to come in hot. Self-confidence is how you feel about what you can do. But self-esteem, that's how you feel about who you are. And some of the most accomplished women have the lowest self-esteem on this side of the globe. I'm trying to tell you. Because we put so much value, well, I do this, I got that, I do this, da-da-da. Like I said, more degrees than a thermometer. But when you take all of that off, when you take your titles off, who are you? How do you feel about you? Can you answer that question? When you cannot, that's when you hold on to anything that comes your way, because at least you can continue to have cute pictures at Christmas time. But when you take all of that away, it's like, you know what? The reason I feel stressed is because, in fact, I don't feel secure in our relationship. I might be more willing to be more dependent on you if I thought that if I needed to depend on you, you would come through. If I thought you would come through, I could depend on you. And then sometimes you just see what gets a lot of attention. Toxic relationships get a lot of attention.
They do.
Okay? But there's plenty of people who are married and their marriages are doing just fine. You have plenty of women who are home and they taking care of home and they cooking, they cleaning. They don't work because they have that relationship with their husband. They've talked about their financial goals and they understand that the work that she puts in at home is just as valuable because baby, childcare is through the roof. So if you ain't got to roll that off, you good.
A month
Come
around here somewhere.
That's low.
That's super low.
That's a week.
I mean, a week.
Oh, I'm about to say the lies.
Last I checked, my nanny in LA was $3,600 a month. What we saying? One kid. Yeah. One kid. Yeah, get your coins up. One kid.
I'm good.
Yeah, one kid.
I'm good. Wow.
So again, for independent women, there have been times where we had a lot of papas who were rolling stone. And so when they dipped out, if you didn't have anything, then you were left assed out, quite frankly. So a lot of women are operating in fear. Like, I don't want to be left with nothing. So I'm going to boast about these things and this stuff and all of that. And honestly, no disrespect, ladies, because I feel you, been there. But when you get truly sure of yourself, and you really understand who you are, whose you are, and what you bring to the table for real, then it's easier to be more selective with whom you're going to spend your time with. Yeah. And then when he shows up, when the one from whom you came shows up, you can relax. That doesn't mean you don't work. It just means that you're focused more on we and less on me. But you can't do that when dude done already told you he ain't really here for that up front.
Ooh-wee. That's a lot to unpack right there.
We can't do it all today, though.
Man, that being said, though, there's a couple people out there that might want to holler at y'all about this subject. You know, I mean, they might need to, discover a little bit more about themselves and their self-esteem and all that. So they might need to bring it in. They might need to bring it in.
Bring it in.
How can they get in touch with you guys, man?
Yes, there is hope for you, honey.
Yes.
I promise. There is a community for you. And you can follow me at Shanoria_the confident one on IG.
Or you can follow us at The Marriage Makeover.
Got you.
And no matter what, though, make sure you go to getandstaymarried.com. Get the 3 secrets women everywhere are using to get and stay happily married.
No doubt. And as I always tell you, everybody needs real estate to build generational wealth.
That's right.
Therefore, I teach people how to find and acquire free rental properties anywhere. Tap in, man. Go to getfreerentalproperties.com. Man, do not forget to make sure that you tell a friend to like, comment, subscribe to the podcast. We got that heat.
I love it.